Hello, boy, are we in some crazy times right now. So much is certainly getting done in the background, and yet, oh my God, the two worlds are really showing up. We have got the world on the positive side where we have stepped out of that 3D dimensional horror movie. And when you're in that side of on that side of the fence, you can align yourself to what we used to be able to cope with. But if you believe that everything is rolling out and is real, and that side here, oh my gosh, they are pumping it out to another level now. When you center yourself, when you bring yourself back in and step out of that movie and coming back in, like I always say, it's incredible. You feel like you're dodging bullets all the time. Because when you can put yourself in that state, honestly, everything gets amplified and you can see what is rolling out. And yeah, if you get a little bit nervous and thinking, oh my God, stop. Just remember, it's a movie. You are playing your part in that movie, but step back, look at it. Did you see how it affected you? Yes, it made you scared. Well, guess what? That's a point to this side. So what are you going to do to reclaim your double points on your side? You're not giving in. No. So yeah, hey, you read something, it made it really scary. And yeah, there's something going on around for the 1st of April, and it's amping. I can't tell you how many times it's been sent to me. And every time I have a look at it, it's like, oh, yep, okay. But stop. I actually have now seen it's been diffused because it's already in. You didn't even know. Because everything is playing behind the scenes. But please know that everyone of, your government are all actors or doubles. They're rolling this out to see how far they will take you to wake up. Now put your hand and say, I'm awake. So when you are awake, you actually have to decipher everything. Okay? And don't fall in that fear. But guess what? The words and the totals weren't good enough. Well, yeah, let's bring another angle because people weren't dying. So there is another form, and this is something that I've actually seen in my own clients, and this is why I've come on, because enough's enough. And I need you to be well aware, because a beautiful woman, Stacey, she said she's been very unwell. She'd been in and just visited the protest. But she came back, and it's been really interesting because that sickness that she felt was not of a norm of what you would expect. So anyway, it's been lingering on for a couple of weeks, so she gave me a call. Honestly, this is something I wanted to share because, okay, if you are suffering from a lung infection or of the virus itself, and it's highly contagious, well, I am one of the easiest persons to be affected with my lungs because I have a lung disease, which I've been healing for the last 6 years. And you would never know, but I am a canary now. I'm a canary in so many aspects. And I spend a lot of time with my healing to have got myself to where I am right now. So anyway, she came to see me, and instantly, when I sat with her, just having a chat, having a coffee, couldn't believe it. My head was to the point that I was struggling with my sight. I was struggling with, like I was going to get a migraine. And I said to her, this is really interesting, because if you were to have had a virus, my lungs would have showed up. I said, but my lungs aren't. You're affecting my head, to the point that I couldn't even really sit too close to her. And I said, this is really fascinating. I'm finding it. So we actually sat and talked. And I said to her, I said, can I ask you, have you been feeling nausea? She said, yes. And I said, okay. And I said, have you been really tired, really tired? She goes, yeah. And I said, have you noticed that, early hours you struggled, or you've woken up, or you couldn't get back to sleep, and that's when you're doing a caffeine at early hours? And she goes, yeah. And I said, because the chemical poisoning that I've received, I have a lot of heavy metals in my body, and it's in my brain itself. So when I come across radiation of any form, my head just goes bzzz. I was sitting with her, and what was my head doing? Bzzz. So I said to her, I'm going to intuitively look at you now, because I'm not convinced it's viral. When I energetically looked at her, I could see these waves coming out of her body. Now that's not normal. When I see your aura, when I see your energy, your auric field, it's got beautiful colors. And I see all the different levels, but not this. It was these waves coming out of her. And I said, that's not right. That's really not right. And what was really interesting, I was tracking that, but the more I was working with her to help neutralize that frequency. Now that frequency was definitely radiation. When you affect another person in that way, that's something, you seriously need to look at it in a different angle. I found this fascinating, and I have been putting two and two together, because there was another beautiful gentleman that I got asked. I was at a function, and he had a sore on his leg. And they said, before you sit down and have dinner, can you just have a look at him? Just honestly, I was just this far away from him, and instantly my head was just buzzing. And I said, oh my gosh, your whole being is radiating a radiation. I said, energetically, it's like you're spiking at me. Your energy is spiking. It's like it wanting to attack me with me standing close to you. And I said, I know that it's of a radiation level, because my head is really going for it. He showed me the sore on his leg, and I said, it's like an exit point of the amount of radiation that was through your body. It's exited out. Well, that had actually gone to cellulitis. So from a little exit point is now went to this point. And he'd been to the doctors, and it was diagnosed as cellulitis. And I said to him straight away, I need to give you my husband's bracelet that I've put a frequency through there on a quantum physics level. And it was a hematite bracelet. And I asked my husband if I could have his bracelet. And I said, can you put this on? And yeah, I came back after talking to some other people and came back. And I stood there after 10 minutes. Wow. Massive transformation. His whole being quietened down. So I asked him, I said, how are you feeling? Because I'm noticing that you're not radiating at me. He couldn't get over how different he felt. He said, I'm starting to like wake up. My head's not reacting to the point. And I said, yeah. I said, you've just confirmed if I can do that on a quantum physics level, working with trying to diffuse and ground you, and you have noticed a difference straight away. What's that saying? What is that saying? I am dumbfounded because I cannot get over the amount of people that all of a sudden, boom, have gone down a couple of names of viruses, well, 3 actually. But I've been a natural quantum physics therapist for 25 years and I've never seen anything like this and the way these people are reacting. Because I know many natural therapists that are actually attacking it as a pathogen. In my heart of heart, I believe there is a lot more happening here and we need to shift up and look at it as something else. Because if you look up at those clouds, we've had the most unique clouds. And you need to start looking up HARP machines, seeding, cloud seeding. And when you get to know all about that and what machines they've been using, well, one of the biggest things I have had such a thing about is our Wi-Fi. Because you can take your phone from your house and still be connected to your Wi-Fi quite some distance. 10, depends how strong your Wi-Fi is. Meters away from your house. Now bear in mind, how does Wi-Fi work? Energetically goes through your walls to get outside to you outside holding your phone. Think about it. Early hours in the morning, are you waking up? Are you wide awake? Are your ears ringing? Are your ears buzzing? Are you catching on? Because all we have heard, get it faster broadband, faster Wi-Fi, faster. You need the better phones, you need the better equipment, the gamers, you need to win. There's competitions, there's big money, so it's a competitive thing. Get your faster Wi-Fi. You can get updated into the next one and it's free. Get into it. While we were in lockdown, massive towers out of nowhere. When were they put up? They weren't put up during the day for us to see. They were put up while we were sleeping. We've been shown about the electric cars. Everything's electricity, electrical. Everything is electrical. What are we? We are electrical beings. Cells resonating on frequencies. We harmonize with nature. But how much nature has had to be affected? Where are our bees? Even our monarch butterflies. I think this is one of the worst with our monarch butterflies. Our bees. Our birds are flying really weird. I must admit, I cannot get over it. What was triggering me today was there was a massive formation of geese keep flying over my house, keep doing this massive circuit, and then they were doing all these amazing formations. And I sat there and I thought, now this is a sign, Karen, something's going on. Energetically, something's going on. They are letting me know, and I didn't quite get it till I'm actually talking about it now, and it's all flowing through because my guides are connecting in. Am I making sense of what I'm trying to bring through? Everything is the opposite. We have been deceived in so many aspects. I am energetically pleading with you to help your body right now, because we are in a spiritual war. And the focus is to climb. Well, how are you going to climb and connect to source if you are drinking the water that is toxic? You are sleeping with the Wi-Fi on. When can they turn it up? When you are resting. But are you resting? Turn it off. You do not need it while you're sleeping. Turn it off. Your body is begging. It is literally begging to be grounded again. Energetically, our weather formations are playing up. There are so many signs and signals out there that is letting you know it's time to wake up to what they're doing to our bodies. So what I've done is I've just put a few bits and pieces together, and I also want to read something that was sent about this. When I was reading it, it just like, oh my gosh, I totally resonate to this. This is exactly what I've been feeling, sensing when I've been around people. Because two other women, I couldn't believe that were coughing away, and no, they didn't have the C word. But they were really feeling worn out, fatigued to a completely different level, but their head was buzzing. They felt nausea. And honestly, they said, oh, it doesn't even feel like a flu. It's weird, Karen. But I was in the car with them and I didn't get any symptoms. But what I did get, oh, my head. So I've just been putting two and two together, and yeah, this is what I'm feeling on an intuitive level. Don't quote me, but I need you to start really thinking about it. Because what if it's not a pathogen, but a millimeter wave? Because that as a form of radiation that affects our body. And how can, well, actually here in New Zealand, a lot of our population within a week, boom, gone, bang. They got tested. But there's only one test that we're allowed to have, and it all came in all of a sudden. And what I'm finding fascinating is that everybody has gone and got this test done. Not this one right up, it's this just one here. I'm not going to say the words because I get picked up on the words. And I'm constantly hearing friends telling me they've tested themselves and they're just as crook as one another. They're so crook. What I'm hearing is that not everyone is tested positive, but they've got exactly the same symptoms. And they keep testing themselves. And it takes 2, 3, 4 days. Then it comes out positive. The way I'm looking at this, it's a personal choice of a lockdown because they're having to lock themselves away in quarantine, self-quarantine. I call it a lockdown, but you're doing it yourself. So 2 things are happening here. People are working from home. It's like a badge of honor. Show your little test on your Facebook page. It's like, whoa, I've tested positive. This is so cool. No, you're actually saying I'm in lockdown because I don't come out till everyone tests negative. What? How many tests are you going to go through and how much stuff are you going to put up your nose? What is on the tip of that you keep putting up your nose? Have you looked into it? You can create devastation quite fast by push of a button. What is it in every single home? Let's say 95% Wi-Fi. How many people have got this? And what's really in this? You need to find that out as well. Because there's something that out there is triggering this. Hey, it's an assumption. Intuitively, something's wrong. It doesn't feel right. And hey, I could be totally wrong. But all I want to do and the why I've done this is that I just want you to relook to help heal your body. Turn electrical equipment off and see how you start working. Get yourself a hematite crystal. I sell them programmed up to help with this. Drop me a line if you want. I've got a website with them. And I've put a few bits and pieces which I'll read out on how to help yourself as well. But what I'm finding, it's nighttime. People are really getting affected when they sleep because it's beaming through the walls and the doors. Nighttime, you can easily ramp it up, especially because everyone's asleep. And when you're in a rest state, that's when your body heals. So your defense to your body is down. And even good old graphing. That in itself is sus, especially with the frequencies coming through while you're sleeping. because it's, you know, feeling nausea. I know that myself, is that when I come across the head and the stomach, when I'm around radiation, yeah, it's another, just me being the good old canary. And especially if you're by the power was, just notice, see how you feel when you're away from it. Here's some suggestions. Shower more, cleanse, clear. A really good thing is if you can soak in the bath with salts, sea salts, Epsom salts, because that is a form of detoxing, but it also will feed your cells. We're needing you to ground yourself as well. So kick your shoes off and ground. Even lay on the grass and ground yourself. Take zinc, vitamins C, D3, get that D on your head. And, you know, even iodine's really good for the thyroid, because if it is radiation, we need to protect your thyroid. So yeah, okay, so what I've put here is switch that thing off at the wall when you go to sleep. As many times as you can during the day even. If you're not using it, switch it off, because then it's not beaming at you. Exercise, get out there in the fresh air and just let the cobwebs blow off, because especially here in New Zealand, we've got some good wind going. Connect in nature. But yeah, it's only my opinion, but something is off. And it's something that I just wanted to share, because I need to help lift you up. And I know my bracelets that I've got, I work with them, and I put in frequencies of upbeat frequencies. And but yeah, that's something I do, is to neutralize. But yeah, look at what happened to that guy straight away. Within 10 minutes, he noticed a massive transformation within himself. And that was working with the hematite. Okay, now you can feel the energies are changing out there. Okay, and it's really weird, and you're not quite sure, but we all know. There are some reveals that will be coming out in April, but it's already building up before we get to April. And it's really prepping. It's like prepping for what if, okay? And whatever does present itself, it's only going to be for a short time, not a long time. So what I'm trying to do here is build your body up, okay? Get yourself ready. And so, yeah, you know, just to have a look at what I've just said before, now we're going to start looking at your mind, and we're going to lift our vibration up and prepare. So if you're feeling low, I'm wanting you to say this wonderful affirmation. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And when you say it, you go, I love you means you love yourself. I'm sorry. You're actually really sorry to yourself for putting yourself in situations. Please forgive me is you're asking to forgive yourself for putting yourself there. And thank you. You're actually saying thank you and acknowledging it. Say it 10 times, but you really say it with conviction, okay? And when you say it, be proud and really mean it. Then after 10 times, re-look at things and think, wow, something shifted on how I was feeling before. So really focus on how you've been feeling. Okay, now say it another 10 times. Say it 30 times if you need to. Say it as many times as you can a day, because that's going to help neutralize a lot of stuff that has been pulling you down. So we're working with the health, we're working with the mind to lift our vibes, because I know you've got this and we're going to get you through, because, hey, we've all got a story to tell at the end. And yeah, staying positive, focus on what you want to manifest. What are you wanting to achieve right now? Because if we had a choice, what's your choice? What can you see for yourself? Stop focusing on this side, okay? Because this side it used to be up here, it's down here, and we're up here, okay? Everything is all in divine time, and divine timing is definitely happening, okay? So all I want you to do is push that out the way and focus and bring this one in front of you. Focus on where you're going and what you're doing, because we're going to finish off with my favorite song. And that song is one I want you to sing, really focus on it to yourself. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You ready? We're going to do another one. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. Raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. Raise me up. Raise me up to more than I can be. Bye. Oh my God, I just love finishing with that. So have a fabulous week. Let's get this pumping, and I love you. Thank you for listening.